that computer for extended periods of time is the fastest way to kill yourself.
I really am not at the computer very much. My attention span is like 15, 20 minutes.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
There are times that I'll be there for an hour, but that's unusual.
right on. Pardon me while I secure this. Yeah. I'm trying a new method today, and it actually worked for a little bit. Which I was using this poster tack stuff, but we'll see.
That must have been heavier than a poster.
A little bit. Yeah, but anyway, I just don't want. I'm trying to preserve. It's an expensive microphone, but I'm trying really to preserve the this because that's the most fragile part. All right, Jeff, your first time with us. Welcome.
Thank you.
What do you want to play with today? What do you want to learn? What do you take home?
So far, that's looking like a pretty good list. At least the first and last item.
Lose weight and golf?
No, the stop drinking and lose weight.
Oh, okay. Stop drinking, losing weight. All right. Okay. Do you drink quite a lot?
Not so much a lot. It's just Friday nights have become a blur recently. You know, because I tend to go out and stay out too long, and then Saturdays are just kind of suffered through it.
All right, having a good time?
Oh, I'm having a good time at the time.
Okay. And why might you want to change this?
Just, yeah, I don't like not knowing what I did the night before. You know, plus just there are better ways to spend my time.
Right on.
Exercising being one of them.
Okay. So like on a scale of 0 to 10, why might you want to stop doing that? Or how much do you want to stop doing that?
Well, it's moving up. I've been thinking about it the last couple of weeks, so I would say it started out fairly low, but it's probably a 5 or 6 by now.
5 or 6? Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the next step we need to take, if any, to get you to just want to stop? Just stop. By the way, why didn't you rate that less?
I don't know, just because it is something I've been thinking of recently, and you know, I was actually going to try something last night that didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm starting making small steps towards it.
Okay.
Haven't got there yet. So
Now what just happened to your motivation to stop?
what happened to my motivation?
Yeah. When I asked you why you didn't rate it less, what happened?
I don't know. I just kind of went in a blank spot there.
Okay. So what's the next step if we need to take to get you going in that direction?
I don't know. I guess I need to change my Friday night schedule, so I'm doing something else.
Change your schedule. Right on.
Yeah.
And what do you think you might want to do instead?
Well, exercise is certainly one thing. I've been trying to lose weight for a long time, but coming off it very slowly and getting some exercise going would help that a lot.
Okay. What activities do you like to do that you would count as exercise?
Well, that's a short list.
Yeah, that's fine. That can be a short list.
I don't know. I do like to go out walking.
Walking?
Yeah, I don't do it nearly often enough, but
Are there cool places that you like to walk?
not really. Mostly I just go out around my own neighborhood.
Right on. But you like that? Do you enjoy that?
Yeah.
Okay. So on a scale of 0 to 10, where does that enjoyment rate for you?
Well, obviously it's fairly low since I haven't been doing it very much.
Hmm.
So I would say it's probably a 3 or a 4.
Oh, why didn't you rate it less?
Well, much less, and I wouldn't even be thinking about it. It wouldn't even be on my list of possibilities. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What other things do you like to do?
Well, most of the other things I like to do involve the computer. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's certainly not gonna give me any exercise there.
Anything you ever wanted to try or like to do?
Not that I can think of.
We have to broaden your horizons significantly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So first things first. You need to deal with the underlying reasons why you're doing things, but you also need to give them an action. You need to give them something to do instead.
Okay.
Nature abhors a vacuum, as a rule. So what would happen if you were to just go out and walk 10, 15, 20 minutes a day and come back home? What do you think would happen?
I'd get healthier.
You get healthy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like there's not plenty of time in the evenings for me to do it when I'm sitting in front of a TV.
So what
or
stops
something.
you? What stops you from going out and walking?
I don't know, just inertia, I guess. Just habit, doing the same thing I've always done instead of doing something different.
Okay. So how bad would that have to get before you realized you were kind of just stagnating in your own juices, becoming like Jabba the Hutt?
Hopefully not much worse than it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's, part of why I'm here.
I know.
To get out and do something different.
First part is recognizing the pattern, recognizing what you're doing, and then cognitively choosing to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One of the things that we have to do is, and Barbara's just graduated from my therapy class, so one of the things that we have to do as human beings is we must become progressively more self-aware. Okay, the secret to everything we do is self-awareness, and then choosing to do something different. Okay, it's great to go in and have all this hypnotic mojo to change our beliefs, but if we don't develop the ability to self-modulate, to become aware of our patterns and things like that, we're always going to be defaulting to unconscious behaviors. We're always going to do what we've done in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So while we want to clean up the unconscious mind, we also want to develop the ability to think and observe. As Richard Bandler likes to say, NLP is the study of superior thinking. Most people confuse thinking with remembering, right? So what's important to you about exercising?
Well, to be honest, I think part of the reason I don't do it is it's not important to me. It's something I feel that I should do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something a little bit more different. What is exercise going to give you that you really want? What's really remember, exercise is just a means to an end. But what is it you really want from the exercise? What do you want it to give you?
Well, the weight loss and a more toned, healthy body.
More toned, healthy body. Right on. And what's important about that? About that toned, healthy body? Because let me ask you something. If you had a toned, healthy body, would you really care how much it weighed?
Not really. I mean, my doctor set a goal weight, but
Fuck that.
yeah, I mean, change some of that fat to muscle.
I mean, let me ask you, think about this for a moment. You watch some of these bodybuilders on television, right? There isn't an ounce of fat on them. They're ripped, right? Do you think that they're within the body, do you think they're within the natural body weight that the doctors are telling them to be at?
No.
No. So screw that. Toned, healthy body. Does it really matter how much it weighs if it's toned and it's healthy?
No.
So what's important about that toned, healthy body for you?
Well, the healthy is the big part.
Healthy,
I'm
huh?
taking pills now for conditions that could be,
Oh, really? You're on meds?
yeah, hypertension, cholesterol, GERD medication.
GERD?
Yeah.
Cholesterol. So if you were to get healthy,
And most of those would just go up.
what would that do for you?
It'd be a lot cheaper if nothing
A
else.
lot cheaper, right? Save a lot of money.
Yeah.
What else?
Well, some of those medications have other side effects.
I'll bet they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Get rid of side effects. What else?
That's about it for that rabbit hole, I think.
That's fine. So, saving money, less side effects, more lead in your pipe, right?
Yeah.
You think about that and you feel, if you got those, right? If you got rid of those side effects, if you got that money, if you got that toned, healthy body, ultimately what would that do for you?
I don't know, I just feel like it's kind of a catch-22 where I need to exercise to get healthy, and if I was healthier, I'd like to exercise more and get out and do things. And
Oh, so it's a feedback loop, huh?
yeah.
But that's not the question I asked.
Well, you asked what would it do for me, and
Yeah.
one of the things it would do
Would get you exercise?
get me into that loop. Yeah.
And what would that allow you to experience? So you would have this constantly upward spiral of health
Mm-hmm.
and movement and exercise for that toned, healthy body.
Right.
So I want you to close your eyes for a moment. And I want you to imagine for me, just briefly, that it's 6 months from now. And you started incrementally, little by little, walking 20 minutes a day. And then maybe suddenly you decided to walk in other places. Or you found other activities that were kind of like walking, but maybe a little bit more active. Maybe you did it with groups and with people. You started getting out more, doing more social things. But it's 6 months now, and you've gradually increased that level of activity. Your weight's gradually dropped away. You've got that toned, tan, healthy body. Doctor says, "Wow, you've really done well, Jeff. We're gonna take you off that." Actually, you probably noticed already that the GERD has already started to go away, because as the belly fat goes away, GERD tends to go away too. You may notice your cholesterol's dropping because you're exercising more. Your doctor's very happy. He says, "We're going to take you off your meds. Looks like your blood pressure's under control." And all of a sudden you're free. What does that feel like? What does that look like? When you look at yourself in the mirror,